Very good morning, my dear students of class 11th. Welcome to English literature class. You please open chapter number 2, Frieds of a short story, Echoes, page number 13. However, Jayanto's insistence, demanding something formally, insist. However, Jayanto's insistence on Bundi did puzzle me. I was puzzled as Jayanto insisted me so much. Bundi did puzzle me somewhat. I learned the reason on the train when we were coming down. What was the reason that Jayanto wanted to go to Bundi? I knew the reason. When we were coming down, Jayanto's father, Animesh Das Gupta, had worked in the archaeological department. His work sometimes took him to historical places. He used to go. Jayanto's father used to go to the historical places as he was working in archaeological department. And Jayanto had as a child come to Bundi. He had always wanted to return after growing up. When he was 6 years old, then he was there. But he had always wanted to return after growing up, when he grown up, just to see how much the modern Bundi compared to the image he had in his mind. What is the development, how Bundi developed after 31 years. After 31 years, he was very eager to go there. The circuit house, the rest house, was really rather splendid, very majestic, splendid, grandeur, built during the time of the British. The circuit house was built during the time of the Britishers. It must have been at least 100 years old. The circuit house was about 100 years old. It was a single storied building with a sloping tiled roof. Sloping tiled roof. The rooms had high ceilings and the skylights had long, dangling, hanging ropes which could be pulled to open and shut them. Interior of the rest house, circuit house, that was. The veranda faced the east. The face of the veranda was in east direction. Right opposite it was a huge garden. Right opposite. There was a huge garden with a large number of roses in full bloom. Behind these were a lot of trees which obviously housed a vast section of local birds. Local birds used to come there, to chatter there. Parrots could be seen everywhere, and peacocks could be heard, but only outside the compound. That was the setting, that was the interior and exterior of the circuit house. We had already been on a sightseeing tour of the town. The famous fort of Bundi was placed amidst the hills. We had seen it from a distance that day but decided to go back to take a closer look. The only reminders of modern times were the electric poles. Electric poles were there in modern time. At that time, there were no electric poles. Otherwise, it seemed as though we were back in old Rajputana. it seemed. The streets were cobbled, a rough surface made of small stones, cobbled. The houses had balconies jutting out, sticking out from the first floor. The carvings done on these and wooden doors bore evidence of the work of master craftsmen. It was difficult to believe we were living in the age of machines. That was the sight of uh, Bundi. I noticed Jayanto had turned rather quiet after arriving in Bundi. Perhaps some of his memories had returned. It is easy enough to feel a little depressed when visiting a place one may have seen as a child. Besides, Jayanto was certainly more emotional than most people. Everyone knew that. He put his cup down on the table and said, "You know, Shankar, it is really quite strange. The first time I came here, I used to sit cross legged on these chairs. It seemed as though I was sitting on a throne and I am a king. Now the chair seems both small in size and very ordinary. The drawing room here used to seem absolutely enormous. If I hadn't returned, those memories would have remained stuck in my mind forever." I said, "Yes, that's perfectly natural. As a child, one is small in size, so everything else seems large. One grows bigger with age, but the size of all the other things remains the same. That's why it seems to you, doesn't it?" We went for a leisure stroll in the garden after tea. Jayanto suddenly stopped walking and said, "Devdar." I stared at him. "A Devdar tree? It ought to be here somewhere," he said, and began striding, walking with long steps toward the far end of the compound. Why did he suddenly think of a Devdar tree? A few seconds later, I heard his voice exclaiming jubilantly, happily, "Yes, it's here, exactly where it was before." "Of course, it's where it was before," I said. "Would a tree go roaming about?" Jayanto shook his head impatiently, irritatingly. "No, that is not what I meant. All I meant was that the tree is where I thought it might be." "But why did you suddenly think of a tree?" Jayanto stared at the trunk of the tree, frowning, in worried expression. Then he shook his head slowly and said, "I can't remember that now. Something had brought me near the tree. I had done something here." "European?" "No, I can't recall anything at all. Memory is a strange business." "And what happened? What about European? And what was the strange business of memory for Jayanto? You will study in my next video. Thank you so much, students."